Property spruikers are luring thousands of unsuspecting people into creating self-managed superannuation funds to buy overpriced real estate, which in time could rob them of the much-needed retirement income. And as Andrew Robertson reports, it's very much a case of buyer beware.
Australians have a love affair with investment properties. There are more than 2.5 million of them, but it's the surge in high-pressure property selling involving self-managed superannuation funds which is ringing alarm bells.
The whole line goes, you can't trust super, they keep changing the rules, and you can't trust shares. Look at Babcock and Brown, ABC, etc. But good old bricks and mortar are safe.
Up to a point. Since the laws stopping superannuation funds borrowing money were changed a few years ago, the number of property spruikers has increased tenfold and self-managed super funds have borrowed billions. A favoured tactic is to encourage people to set up a self-managed fund, borrow heavily and buy apartments off the plan.
Your superannuation, be it in a retail fund or in a self-managed super fund, is about supporting your lifestyle in retirement. And the risk of having all your super in one investment, whatever that is not worth your family future.
Cold calls and free property seminars are the modus operandi of the spruikers, as is the one-stop shop where they promise to take care of everything. It's simple and in theory it sounds good, but veteran financial planner Noel Whittaker says it's a con to allow the spruikers to control the process.
It's the cold call first, and it's their lawyer and their mortgage broker and their builder, and it's just everything with them. And that's to stop you getting outside advice.
Outside advice which will reveal an inflated price and inflated charges. And Noel Whittaker says when the first approach comes on the telephone, hanging up could save you a lot of money.
My advice is, if you want to buy property, talk to local agents and find yourself a bargain, and that takes time and legwork.
As property spruikers try to entice people to start self-managed superannuation funds and heavily gear them, one destination keeps cropping up. The capital of the property spruiking industry by a long way is Queensland.
Queensland seems to be the mecca for property sharks. It's just incredible. Southeast Queensland is full of rogues. It's just there are more properties sold in Southeast Queensland by crooks than not by crooks.
Neil Genman has spent more than 20 years identifying those rogues. He says Queensland's, and in particular the Gold Coast popularity with the spruikers, is based on one thing: its brilliant weather.
The south of France was always the place where the rogues went to. In Europe, Florida, in the United States, that's where all the scams took place, because people like to go to Florida where the sunshiny areas are.
And while Queenslanders will tell you their weather is beautiful one day and perfect the next, the presence of the property spruikers means storm clouds are gathering over many people's retirements.